Let me testify for you. I want everybody to listen to me. And I'm speaking to the entire world. God, I believe in. And God told me that God is responsible for all creation. Everything that our senses are able to identify or our minds are able to make us think of, all of it rests in the realms of God. Everything above the earth, everything that we can see and can't see, everything that's on the earth that we can see and can't see, everything that's in the earth that we can see and can't see, all of it belongs to God. We people and everything that's living belongs to God. And this earth, basically, at least as far as we're concerned right now, it was designed to be there for us, to facilitate our living here on this planet as though we were in heaven. And the gifts that we have within ourselves that's instilled in us, something that we might not even know what it is or aware of it, but it exists, and under different circumstances it will manifest itself. And in so doing, and you having the ability to do it, and all of us collectively as a family, putting that together would create every good, every service that we can imagine. And what is it for? It is for the benefit that we as human beings who were put here by power outside of ourselves, prepared that we might enjoy. And what is it that we enjoy? We enjoy, first of all, doing what we want to do. And what's wrong with that when it works to complement something that someone else is doing and hurts no one? And then on top of that, you get a chance to reap the benefits of all the goods and services that are established by our efforts. That is divine. And God intended for that to be our way of living. But we have given in to another power. And that power is a lie, because it creates everything but what I have just described. And even though many of you might be experiencing an abundance of the things I have described, the way that the plan is outside of God is to use that to hook you, but eventually take each of those away from you until the hell that you've been taught about, the hell that you have said you never want to go to, will be established right here on this planet by the powers of your own hand or the powers of your not getting involved. But God wants you to know that every man is his creation, and every man owns only his allegiance to God, not to any man. Oh, we can get it for those things that we work collectively together for good, that we can accept. We can commit ourselves. But outside of that, and even in that, our allegiance is to God. So when we say we want to establish a country, when we say we want to establish a system to hold this country together and work together, that system for everybody, according to God's desire, is that that system is right on. But it must produce what God has planned for us. In other words, without going through trying to tell you what you want to do and all that, the end result must mean that every individual within that system must experience their daily life, their dreams here in this planet, as though they were in heaven. It is God's will, and anything outside of that is not God's will. And it exists because there is no anything outside of that exists because there's no representation from God. You see, God would not allow people to have that feeling of superiority, that feeling of deserving more than others, that feeling of being more important than others. God would not allow that to exist by his own spirit of love. So that wouldn't happen. And where it is happening, that's absent the Spirit of God. And yet God would not allow any man who is led by the Spirit of God to forsake that Spirit and go the way of the norm for any reason. It is better to die on a cross with your hands and feet nailed, pierced in your side, because if this world turns its back on God and you stand up for God and are willing to go through whatever persecution is presented before you, my friends, would a God like that not raise you from the dead and give you the desires of your heart that you have earned and that you must continue to earn as you experience them? I know this sounds hard, but I'm trying to tell you something. So the governments, the Republican Party, Democratic Party, and all these different parties, all these different people who run in things, they are not working within the will of God. God told me that. And I'm telling you that. And God holds us accountable for what we do. If we go along with this stuff, then we're going to suffer this stuff. But if you want to think that you love God, I want to inform you that loving God means resisting this. Resisting it, and giving your allegiance to God. That's how you will wipe this stuff out. The Republican Party has no answer. Democratic Party has no answer. Barack Obama has no answer. Ryan and Romney, they got no answers. And you, the people, we know, or you don't, I'll tell you, is that we've been led to fall into these roles and wallow within these piles. But at the end of the day, and the end of the day 1,000 years from now, it'll be on the same path but worse. And if there's any goodness that's going to come from it, goodness must be represented here. And while you are good people, many of you, but you withdraw your hands and do nothing, you are going to suffer the benefits of everything that comes at you. But worse than that is that your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren are going to suffer more because of your separation and not wanting to rock the boat today. I'm telling you, God has said that. And as for me, I'm standing up to the system. I'm standing up to the way things are. And I'm telling you, everybody who thinks that the way things are today is okay, I'm speaking to every last one of you. I don't agree with it, and it's wrong. And all you got to do is ask every poor person if they are satisfied with it. They will tell you no. And then turn around and presume, if you possibly can, with your selfish self, that you are poor, and say that you would accept it and want it that way. And you welcome any power that came and spoke in your stead. I rest my case. So, I want mine for me and my family. And I'm telling you, God wants it for everybody. And I'm telling everybody that God wants it for them and how they can get it. But I cannot make them. God won't force them, but he sent the message. But I'm here today. So if I have to, well, I'm representing. Now, however God allows this to unfold is in his hand. If God touches you in some weird kind of way for whatever reason and you decide to get out of the way, and all the beautiful heavenly paradise type things that God has prepared for people to experience in their lives, and I get that opportunity because you get out of the way, it's fine with me. But if you are so stubborn and so far away from God, and the people are so afraid of death. You see, we human beings everywhere have been shaped to be afraid of death. And everybody wants to live. And all of the systems want you to live until they want you to die. And when they want you to die, they will demand that you come forward. They will demand that you go out and kill or be killed. They will demand it. And just like the people I am trying to express that you are, you will go right up, pick up a gun, and go right out there and start killing folks because somebody told you to, or get killed in the process by being out there because somebody told you to. And they have convinced you to believe that you are doing that because you're patriotic. Patriotic to whom? Patriotic to Satan, because it is only Satan that would tell you to take a gun and go out there and kill people. It is only Satan that would tell you to go out there and die. For what? For what? Is there peace in America? Is there prosperity for all people in America? Are people here by the millions suffering? And you go out and do that? But you won't stand up and tell the system to straighten it out here in America? I mean, if you straighten it out here in America, ain't nobody gonna be trying to fight you. They wanna ask you how you do that. And if some fool did wanna fight you, you don't have to ask anybody to come. The whole country will come and defend what they have received and won't be angry. Now, I have told you just like it is. I'm not accepting this American system, and I'm telling the people all over the world, your systems are no better than America. And if you think that yours is a little bit better, you out of your mind. It's only a matter of time before it'll be just like America or worse, because they're all going to come down if you don't change and take it up. And in order to take it up, you can't be calling yourself a good person but going along with it. You ain't going to change nothing. You got to say, look, it's not going to happen. And when I say happen, I don't mean get violent. I don't mean go talking about who you going to hurt, because love ain't going to hurt nobody. But love ain't going to take no junk. It just ain't going to take it. So I'm saying to you, people of the world, wake up. Put your trust in God, even though you can't see God.